Hi everyone, my name is Eddy Rodas Lima. I currently go to the University of California, San Diego, and I am 20 years old. As for hobbies, I like to cook. I just kind of I don't like to use measurements when I cook, so I kind of just throw a bunch of seasonings in a pot and pan and just kind of hope for the best. I also like sports. I like to play soccer, especially since the beach is nearby. I like to go surfing as well. It's a little difficult. As for interests, I like to design a little, just kind of like little knickknacks, because I guess I can 3D print things made out of plastic. So currently in the process of building a little tiny little birdhouse. But yeah. I want to say that I landed an internship at a gas company. I think that's an accomplishment in itself, just because I think I remember them saying over 1,000 or 2,000 kids applied and only 50 to 80 people were accepted. So I kind of felt honored to be one of those people that accepted and went through the whole interview process. So I think that's a really big accomplishment. What makes me the most happy, I want to say, is when I'm spending time with my family. Family, friends, I don't really like to be alone. So spending times, it doesn't really matter, watching a movie or, just walking outside in the park. Just being around other people makes me really happy. Happiness, kind of going back to that question. I mean, everyone has their own, definition of success, but to me, it's if you're comfortable and happy where you're at, doesn't matter how much you're getting paid or if you're not getting paid at all, but if you're comfortable and you can stay at that position, that role, for a good amount of time, then I think that's happiness or success. My mom, she's a single mother and working really hard to provide for her children. So that's something that I kind of want to incorporate into my life, and I'm in the process of incorporating it into my life. So working hard and dedicating myself to my tasks. Sometimes you need to meditate a little and just kind of some people think it's weird when you talk to yourself, you look in the mirror and you're just all right, you can do this. It is a little weird, but it's fine. You do what you got to do at the end of the day. So I was working on a autonomous vehicle project, and we were trying to make our vehicle follow sound, and so there was a problem. We were using a Linux machine that couldn't record all the sounds that were coming in, because we would play an audio. There would also be background processes that would kind of influence the direction of the vehicle. So what I mean by that is we had 3 microphones, one placed in the front, left, and right. And we would play a sound, and then the microphone would pick up that sound and then follow it. But the wheels would move and that would make a noise, and then the microphones would pick up on that. So in order to, I guess, overcome that problem, we put a buffer noise. So it would take the maximum sound over an average of 10 seconds. So the wheels would move for maybe 1 or 2 seconds, but we would play a song, and over those 10 seconds the microphone would be all right, we're gonna pick up that microphone and the car's gonna move in that direction. It was kind of a simple solution, but I guess maybe the most genius solutions out there are the most simplest. Short-term goals would be, well, I guess it hasn't necessarily happened yet, but we're in the process. I have another project coming up, so I guess my short-term goal would be to accomplish that project. Now, I don't know what that project is per se, just because they haven't told us, but I know it's a little general, but that's the short-term goal. Long-term goal would be to I guess provide for my family. It's kind of why I'm studying what I'm studying. Everyone wants to provide for their family, so I guess I'm just not any different, but I think it's fine to not be different. So I'm a fourth year engineering student. I'm currently mentoring other first year engineering students. So they ask me for advice all the time. One of the advice is I tell them to don't be afraid to ask for help. You got to be a little bit courageous for that, because sometimes people are a little ashamed about what other people will think. Sometimes you just got to be like, you know what, it doesn't really matter if they're going to ridicule me as long as you get the help in the end. You have goals for yourself, whether that's finishing your homework or excelling in an exam, little things like that. So be courageous, don't be afraid to ask for help, and make sure you work hard in anything and everything. So I told you earlier in one of your questions that I did work at a gas company, and they would pair us off with senior engineers, right, for the interns. And they thought it was really crucial for an intern, especially a newly hired engineer, to work and to grow not only as an engineer but as a person. Engineers are people too. We have feelings as well. So when I would talk with my mentor, he would help me out either with my resume or just life skills, something that school doesn't teach you, or kind of soft skills, like how to talk and communicate with people, letting them know what you need, or what's necessary versus what isn't, in the workplace, in the work environment, or outside of it. So I really learned a lot from him, how to grow as a person and as an engineer. And so when I received an email that UCSD was kind of doing a similar thing, I was just like, I think I have some experience that other first-year engineering students would really like to know, and I think I could really help them. So that's kind of why I decided to do it. So I'm kind of I kind of want to expand and grow the engineering youth out there. I want more people to do engineering. I know it's engineering this, engineering that, but you'd be surprised. We definitely do need engineering. It's out there in the world, and without it, buildings, bridges, cars, spaceships, your phones, it's very crucial to the existence of life. So but either way, I just want to be a supporting hand out there for future generations, just because the youth, they're super intelligent, and they're only getting smarter. So I just kind of want to be there as a stepping stone for them.